It's not always
You know what
easy
I think
to be
sometimes?
a light
That
in
That is
the
a
world.
different perspective.
Indeed,
With the, I like the
present
perspective of the
time,
sign. I'm very
you are
visual.
called to
I think
radiate
good
this
minds
light
think alike.
in a
ADHD mind. I
situation that has
immediately
often been
imagined
marked
that sign and
by
me
war
driving and having
and
the choice of
instability.
going onto the bridge. I apologize.
Lord
I
has
believe
placed
Ali, I cut
great
you off.
trust
Oh no,
in you,
sister,
Could
you're
you?
fine.
bestowing
You're
upon you
totally
this
fine.
mission.
I just had like this
And I
stupid thing in my
too
head.
have great
I think that
confidence in all
sometimes
of
people,
you.
and my son
You
included,
must be
because he's
Christ's
also
light
agnostic,
in the midst of
and we
the
have these
darkness
conversations all the
can at
time.
times seem
But I think that
overwhelming.
people want
Do not be
Jesus
afraid,
to be like,
and do not
poof,
think that you
I am
are
the Holy
alone
One
in
from
this task.
Israel. You know what I mean? Instead,
I am
he's
with
like
you.
Tim from
knocking. Yeah,
Monty
he's like
Python.
Place
he's
your
like
trust in
soft,
Jesus.
like
Listen
knocking
to
at the
him
door
in
of your
prayer,
heart, you know?
to the
And
guidance
he
of
wants
others,
you to let him in.
and
He
allow
doesn't
him
have
to
a
lead you.
pew in his hand. Oh, you're busy today? That's okay. I'll come back tomorrow. You know, hi, I'm a carpenter. You know, I wanna fix some things for you in your house that's broken. You know, and when you let him in, he will build you a table and sit down and have a meal with you. You know, and so like I think that's what people want. I literally just had like this whole cartoon go through my head, like kapoo, I am the Holy One from Israel, you know, Jesus Christ. And I think that that's what people want,
Yeah.
you know, versus
Yeah, but they don't
allowing that door to be opened and
Right.
just letting him in, you know. I don't know, sometimes I crack myself up. Don't listen to me.
No, and that's really good, Ali. And right now, guys, I'm talking to someone, so panel's not open for debates. But if you want later, anyways, because I really enjoy having this conversation. I think it's a genuine conversation. I think this is where the Holy Spirit has led me tonight. So I'm glad you're here.
Amen.
And you don't take that as like, oh, I don't want to take up. No, you're perfectly fine. I promise. And so, yeah, and I'm
I
also
appreciate you
very,
guys.
yeah, I'm a very visual person too, right? And I've had a lot of the same similar questions that you have, even though I was raised a Christian. I started getting doubts as a teenager, and I was like, and I went over this, and eventually, like, even though I never stopped believing, like, I'm gonna dig into these evidence, and I'm gonna lead it wherever it takes me. I didn't start with the assumption that, Christianity was true. I know a lot of Christians do. I started with it, I'm gonna go wherever the evidence leads me, because I'm a very evidence-based person. I have always been my entire life, and it's done me well in my job. So, that's just the way he's made me. That's a good analogy. And another one that I would just give you, and I use this, I've heard this before from somebody else actually, and it helped me out a lot. And it would just be like if someone was drowning in the ocean, right? And there's a lifeguard who swims out, throwing them a rescue line. And that they said, hey, grab onto this, I'm gonna bring you to the shore. But the person says, no, actually, you know what? I don't trust you. And let's go. That lifeguard didn't drown them, right? The lifeguard offered the rescue. The tragedy is that person rejected the only thing that could save them. And that's what happens when people reject God. So yeah, like that's the best analogy and understanding I can give you whenever it comes to that. But if you have any more questions, please ask. If you want to talk about Hindu or Buddhism or any questions that you have, like it's an open floor for you. And please don't feel
I
like
love talking about Hinduism.
Yeah, we don't get offended.
I definitely want to talk about Hinduism or Greek mythology, either of those. But before that, I want to say what your thoughts, or anyone on this panel's thoughts are. 2 years ago in 2024, don't worry, I'm not going to get into details or anything, that I had to have surgery, emergency surgery. And again, I was agnostic then, as I am now. But before I went into surgery, I felt good about it. I was just like, it was emergency surgery. It was just my gallbladder. I was septic. But everyone told me, you're young. Your body's you're going to bounce back. Like in 24 hours, you're probably going to be home. You're young, you're good. I was late 20s 2 years ago. I'm now, early 30s, unfortunately. But anyways, what's it called? So, by everything, I was healthy. By every imagination, everything seemed like it was going to be good. And I did, right before going into the room, I was like, if there is a God out there, and if it is Jesus, like, I please help me. Because there was a moment that I was a tad bit scared, and I hadn't prayed in a very long time. And by all accounts, there was nothing that could have or would have gone wrong. Unfortunately, everything that could have gone wrong did go wrong. like legitimately every single thing. Like like the doctors were like, I was in the hospital for something that I should have been out in 24 hours. I was in the hospital for over a month, and after that, I every week I had to keep going back, and now I have
Murphy's Law.
other. Yeah, I have other organ failure that I will probably need a transplant for that can't just be taken out like a gallbladder at some point in my life. Like, everything got destroyed by that emergency surgery that should have just been really simple. Like, people were just like, you're so young, how did this happen? Like, they were like, your CAT scan from